Catch up with all the latest sports news and results from around the globe. Now on BBC World News in Sport Today.
Hello, you're live at the Olympic Park here in Rio. This is Sport Today. I'm Chris Mitchell, and coming up for you, a double triple jump gold for Christian Taylor. Simone Biles has her fourth gold of the Olympic Games here in Rio. And it's a perfect 10 for Britain's golden couple on the last night in the velodrome. Hello and welcome to the programme. The medals are being handed out at the Athletics Stadium just up the road from here. In the last few minutes, Derek Drouin, the former man going into the high jump, has won gold for Canada. The Canadian was the only one to clear the bar at a height of 2.38 metres. He adds the Olympic title to his world crown from last year. The women's 1500 metres final has just this moment finished. Faith Kipyegon has won the gold. A fantastic race from here. The Kenyan blew away the rest of the field as she ran under 2 minutes for the last 800 metres. Let's round up some of the other action from earlier on now. Simone Biles won her fourth gold medal in the gymnastics, while the American triple jumper Christian Taylor won gold in the Olympic Stadium earlier today. Colm Harrison reports.
In the first track and field event to be decided on day 11, Christian Taylor retained his men's triple jump title with a twist. Back in London, the American won gold jumping with his left leg, but now he jumps with his right. Same result though, and a first round leap of 17 metres 86 secured the gold. Gymnast Simone Biles bounced back from the relative disappointment of a bronze medal in the beam on Monday to leading an American 1-2 on the floor. Biles may have missed out on the 5 golds she'd been hoping for, but she's only the 5th female gymnast in history to win 4 at a single Games. Meanwhile, Epke Zonderland's reign as Olympic champion on the horizontal bar came to a painful end. Thankfully, though, the Dutchman recovered. He remounted and finished 7th as Fabian Hambuchen of Germany took gold. And Brazil are out of the women's football after losing their semi-final on penalties. Lisa Dahlqvist scored the crucial spot kick as Sweden followed up their victory over the world and Olympic champions, the USA, by knocking out the host nation to reach their first Olympic final, where they'll face Germany. Colm Harrison, BBC News.
Well, there was a terrific example of sportsmanship in the Olympic Stadium earlier today. A really good story. It happened in the heats of the women's 5,000 metres, and this is what happened. There was a coming together involving Nikki Hamblin of New Zealand and the American Abby D'Agostino, who hurt her ankle as she hit the track. Now, the New Zealander wouldn't carry on until she made sure that D'Agostino wasn't badly hurt. When Hamblin did finish in 15th place, she then waited nearly half a minute for the American to cross the line too. Following a protest, both runners were given a place in Friday's final, and so too was Australia's Jennifer Wenth, who was also affected by the collision. The cycling in the velodrome is over for these Olympics. It's quiet now behind me there on the Olympic Park. It's been a medal factory once again, just like it was in London for Team GB. There it is in its glory. There was one particular household which is celebrating more than any. Jason Kenny has 3 golds at these games, and his fiancée Laura Trott 2 more of her own golds. That means the total between the two of them is 10. Kenny's 6 golds and a silver in total make him jointly Britain's most successful man at the Olympics. He won the Kirin in the final race at the velodrome this evening, watched by his partner Laura Trott. Earlier, she had won the Omnium, the multidiscipline event. That was her 4th Olympic gold and makes her Britain's most successful female Olympian. What a couple. The women's races ended with Germany's Christina Vogel winning the sprint, beating Britain's Becky James. OK, let's take a quick look at the medal table, which does keep changing, of course. But right now, United States are top. Great Britain are clear in second with 50 medals in total. That is better than London on this day in London. They didn't have as many. Wow. Hao Young has won the men's 3-meter springboard in the diving for China. That gives them 17 in total. The Dutch won another gold in the open water swimming with Ferry Wertmann. Georgia are not on there, but they have their first gold. Lasha Talakshadji set a combined world record of 473 kilograms, winning weightlifting's 105 kilogram category. Okay, that is sure to change over the days to come. The United States, I'm sure they will stay top. Singapore are on there as well, because Joseph Schooling, of course, won gold in the pool. The 21-year-old beat Michael Phelps in the 100-meter butterfly in the pool behind us. And he's told the BBC his life now is like a Hollywood movie following that swim.
When I was 13, 7, 8 years ago, I don't think the sporting culture was nearly as strong as it is today. So it's really positive seeing how sports has grown in Singapore. So I think for swimming, well, I don't know other sports, but for swimming, I think we could make an Olympic final for a relay. And you know, no one would ever dream of that happening one Olympics or 2 Olympics ago. So I think that goes to show how much we've improved as a country in the sport.
There's been a lot of scrutiny, not just on your professional life, but also on your personal life. How are you dealing with that, or how can you deal with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's kind of funny, like all that personal life stuff. You know, you grow up watching movies, and you see like Hollywood actors and celebrities have those articles and tabloids and stuff about all these rumors and everything. And I think it's funny. I think it's kind of cool at the same time. You know, that means you reach like a certain level of status. So I think it's kind of funny.
Well, some breaking news for you right now coming from the Olympic Stadium just a few miles away, and that is Omar McLeod has won the 110 hurdles in the last few seconds. That's Jamaica's maiden Olympic men's 110 meters hurdles. Just over 13 seconds. I'll get the exact time for you in a minute. The Spanish athlete Orlando Ortega, hoping to end that quest for Spain to win a gold medal in this race, hasn't quite done it, but he'll have a silver medal. Omar McLeod, 13.05 seconds, so emulating his compatriot Usain Bolt, he has won gold. Okay, it's a question asked after every Olympic Games. What will the legacy be like for the city, the country? And with Rio, the question is particularly apt. There is widespread poverty, social unrest here. Many Brazilians not in favour of spending billions on all this. I've been to a very interesting place. It's under a big freeway in the city where they're spending a lot of money, sponsors that is, spending a lot of money to try and create a legacy. Take a look at this. This place is just a few hundred meters from the Olympic Park in Rio, and yet this is where you might find Olympic champions of the future. That's because thousands of dollars have been invested here to provide sporting facilities for underprivileged locals, in the hope that it might inspire them to become active.
These Olympic villages are the heartbeat of their communities. This is where they come to play. They own this. The community owns this. It's a safe space for them. And through the 5-year commitment, what we're making very sure of is that we're working together with the city and with the community to make it sustainable. Ultimately, we want to help transform the community and impact the lives of these kids so that they grow up loving sport, they grow up being active kids, and it really helps the community because we believe in that unlimited potential of the kids.
And if you want to inspire a new generation, then why not get in an athletics superstar?
I'm going to show you how to be a world record swimmer.
Carl Lewis won 10 medals at the Olympics for the USA, 9 of them gold.
Getting kids involved in sports young, you can teach all kinds of lessons, physical activity and engagement that you can't get if you start older. And for me, it's personal because I have a youth program, a youth athletic program in the United States, and I started at 8 years old in a youth program that my parents started. So this is really personal to me, and I think it's wonderful, and I'm just happy they're able to bring it into these neighborhoods and utilize spaces like this, which in many cases wouldn't even be utilized.
The fact that the money for this regeneration is coming from a sponsor and not the state tells its own story. Rio is putting on a good show for now, but the real test will be whether it has the vision to make the Olympics pay for years to come. An interesting visit, perhaps. There's a young Homer McLeod in there. He has just won the 110-metre hurdles for Jamaica. Earlier on in the 1500 metres, Kenya's Faith Kipyegon beat Genzebi Dibaba to the line to take gold in that. Those two people, the form athletes going into their respective disciplines, as was Canada's Derek Drouin, who has won the high jump. You're fully up to date. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.